The third season of Major League Volleyball is set to serve this Thursday. We are getting a preview of what to expect this season from the Omaha Supernovas. So who better to join us than Hall of Fame coach, co-owner, general manager of the Omaha Supernovas, John Cook. Coach Cook, season 3. Exciting for fans and players?
It's tomorrow night it all starts, and it'll be at CHI. They put a new Jumbotron down there, so it's going to be a wild show, and I'm excited to see this team we put together, how they play. And I think they're going to be a lot of fun to watch, and based on what I've seen so far, and coaches love defense, and these guys are going to play some D.
And you have some familiar names that you've added to the roster this year, is that right?
Yes, we tried to make this, I guess you could call it a regional team, or players that have come to Nebraska and beat us. So, but we have a lot, Creighton players, Elise and Nora Sis from Creighton, Allison Witten from Creighton, and then Merritt Beeson and Layla Blackwell from Nebraska, and then other players who have been here or played in the Supernovas last year, Brooke Nunneveller, and we added a couple. So it's a team that all the fans are going to recognize these players and know them, and because if they've watched college volleyball, they're going to know who they are.
When you were approached about the job with the Omaha Supernovas, why was that the correct position to bring you out of retirement?
That's a great question. They convinced me, and after I kind of talked to everybody and toured their facilities and studied what they were trying to do, I thought if I could make a difference in helping pro volleyball get started in this country or continue to grow in this country, the Supernovas were going to lead the way. Just like all other volleyball in Nebraska is leading the way from high school to NAIA to Division I. And so I thought if I could be a difference maker, this could be pretty fun. And again, I want, these players now and these young girls that are going to the game, they can not only dream about being a Husker or a Blue Jay, but they can also now dream about being a pro. And so how many kids are growing up, boys are growing up, I want to play in the NFL, the NBA. Mm-hmm. Now there's this opportunity for these women to be able to play professional volleyball, and they don't have to go overseas and you never hear about them or have no idea where they are or what they're doing.
And now it's known as Major League Volleyball, correct?
Major League Volleyball is the title of the league, and there's currently 8 teams, and 3 more teams are coming into the league next year. Northern California, Minnesota, and Washington, D.C. And all 3 of those new teams coming in are owned by professional sports owners. So wow. They're already in the pro world of sports, and for example, Northern California, that owner owns the Sacramento Kings. So he knows what he's doing when it comes to pro sports, and I think it's just going to continue to elevate this league.
Well, and when it comes to constructing a roster, I think you know what you're doing as well. What does Omaha need to do to win a second championship?
Well, they're going to have to beat a lot of good teams, and that's where we need our fans to be the difference maker, which Nebraska fans, and again, a lot of our fans come from Iowa as well, and so they understand the importance the role that they play in helping us win. But I think the strength of this team is going to be its culture, and every coach says that. And when we put this team together, culture was really important, because this day and age in sports and everything going on in college athletics and the NBA and pro football, culture is really, really important. And I'll give you an example of why I can say that it's going to be a strength. We have to be under a salary cap, and that day was last night. And we had to make another cut to get under the salary cap. And 2 of the older players came in and said, what do we have to do to make sure we don't have to cut anybody else? Because we want to keep this team just as it is. And they took a salary cut so we wouldn't have to cut another player. So to me, those are 2 very unselfish leaders and servant leaders, and they really love this team. And so that just shows you what kind of players that we put this team together with. I mean, that's unheard of in sports these days.
How can fans not get behind a team like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're going to fall. I guarantee you, first of all, it's a great deal to go to Supernovas. Ticket-wise, you get the great seats, great environment, and they're going to fall in love with this team.
Coach Cook, thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.